actually works. There we go. Okay, right. So we've tried to launch this stream quite a few times, right, guys? So I'm now going to share it, and I also need to go and find an article that's very important for you to look at. So I'm going to ask each person to show the masks that they have in their hand and explain. So this is a standard, a kind of respirator 3M mask. This is like a high specification one. This will cost you, if you could buy them at all, about €5. So these are much cheaper. These are the kind of standard sort of masks that a physician would wear, and they are single use. You basically use them, put them on, and clasp the thing over the top of your nose if I don't put it across my eyes, and then you bend that bit, and once you've finished it, you pull it off the ears and you bin it. And this is another one. This is more for using for builders. But in every case, they all have this metal piece across the bridge of the nose. I'm just going to share this link, and then hopefully more people can join us, and I will put a link in there. So if you'd like to introduce yourselves, what nationality you are, and
so in English, right?
In English, but in your native language as well, whilst I start sharing the stream.
Okay, so I'm French. I'm a student in Brno, and I'm here for 2 years, and I'm here for 2 more years, and I'm here translating French.
And your name?
Lilian. My name is Lilian.
And you want to introduce this in French again?
Not yet, right?
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, my name is Riti. I'm from Taiwan. I speak Chinese. I'm here to help translating them to Chinese. And I've been staying here for 2 years, just so you know.
My name is Susanna. I live in Brno for many years, and I'm originally Slovak. And I came to show something about the handmade masks.
Okay, so Lilian, if you could just, whilst I'm getting the stream shared, just talk about the situation as it is right now in France, and the decisions that people are having to make, and what's happened over the last few days in France. In English and then French, please.
Okay. Now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oui.
Well, in France, it's very simple. My family, my friends, everyone didn't believe it's a threat. Everyone thought it's just a big flu. Until a few days ago, because our presidents started to say things are messy. So now people are actually trying to believe it. But yet, yesterday, if you go to public places and big streets of main cities, it was sunny and it was full of people. And the result is today, a few hours ago, actually, they started to have the same as Italy, meaning they had to sacrifice old people because they didn't have enough beds already in Paris and Strasbourg.
En français?
En français. Mes chers compatriotes, personne ne croyait au virus. Malheureusement, ça commence déjà à être trop tard. On a déjà à Paris et à Strasbourg les hôpitaux qui sont complètement surmenés, et ils ont déjà dû faire des choix et laisser des personnes âgées mourir tout simplement parce qu'il y a déjà plus assez de lits dans ces deux régions. That's it.
So, Witty, if you'd like to say the bit about the experience in Taiwan in English and then in Chinese, please.
Sure. So I'm from Taiwan, and before this pandemic, or before this COVID-19, we had another one before. It was in 2003, and it's SARS. So we have many experiences in Taiwan. Our vice president has experience by the time he was handling cases for SARS. So he knew what to do for this time. We prepare the centers before even we had the first case confirmed in Taiwan. So as you all know that we did many things just to stop the virus go around in Taiwan. And so far, it's quite calm there. Not many confirmed cases, like community confirmed cases inside. We do have cases still from other people travel abroad and come back. And as for the mask, Taiwan is a country who create many masks. So far that they don't have to worry about the issue there. However, every other places, as you all know, that we are running out of masks. And this is why we are here today to share some other knowledge for you. And we're gonna talk about it later. And I'm gonna talk about this in Chinese. 所以大家都知道说，其实 台湾在防疫上面做得很好。在2003年的时候 ，SARS 出现的时候，台湾就已经相当有经验，那时候的情况也是蛮惨烈的。然后陈建仁副总统，如果没有记错他的名字的话，那他当时也是在SARS 当中担任很重要的角色。那这一次他在防疫上面也是很早就成立了这个防疫中心，甚至在台湾有第一个案例出现之前，所以我相信台湾在防疫上面是做得很好。那目前我们还有一些案例，主要是从境外一路，就是曾经有在国外旅游的人，然后现在回到台湾之后就发生他们有确诊的状况，但是台湾政府都有在追踪他们，然后也有在隔离就是相关的人员。然后关于口罩方面，我觉得台湾人应该都还不太用担心，因为台湾是生产口罩的大国，然后目前应该是配给的都蛮足够的，主要是现在国外其他国家就是很难取得口罩，这就是为什么说我们今天在这边，然后想跟你们分享说，等一下我会跟你们分享说有一些小技巧，就是可以在生活上使用，然后可能对于这次的武汉冠状病毒有帮助。Okay.
So Witty was saying there that the Taiwan are a big manufacturer of masks, and I think in a previous video we showed that this actual mask here is made in Taiwan. It's stamped right there. Now, the reason we're actually making this video today is that the Czech government about 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, they banned all the export of masks and even sale to people, like general public, because they simply did not have enough in order for first responders and for care workers and so forth. So they tried to reserve those, and indeed you can't get any in the shops. But the reality is that I have said in a previous video that these kind of masks are essentially pretty useless for this, but and you really need the kind of N95, the respirator type. But in both cases, the normal sort of thinking with these is that these are essentially disposable. And so you might have bought a few of these, but how long is it going to last you? Well, essentially no time at all. And so there's something I was speaking to Zuzana here about the fact that, maybe we need to think a little bit more radically about making masks and people that haven't got masks, giving themselves options. And I was thinking, well, you can preserve food in salt. And so perhaps, if you saturated a mask with salt, then for some reason it would kill the virus. Well, Zuzana responded to this call that the government put out, or maybe she just did it off her own inspiration. But they said that, we don't have enough masks. So can people out there that are able to do sewing and stitching, can they make masks?
Many people already made their own initiative that they are sewing masks and preparing them at home to just provide to public or to the healthcare or to anybody who needs it. So
yeah, and so, in fact, we have a couple of examples here. So I know two people that can sew, and we have two different ones here. So essentially, you take a piece of fabric, and like Zuzana says, that there are many tutorials about how to do this. And you take a piece of fabric and you pleat it. And in this case, Zuzana's used actually some elastic, haven't you?
Yeah. But this is not the point, I think. There's many videos how to create a self-made mask. But we were thinking about an idea how to make it more effective, maybe even to not be just the barrier, but also active masks, which is better.
Yeah, so I was talking about this. You use salt to preserve foods. It's been done for many thousands of years, and so perhaps you could use just normal table salt to impregnate by super saturated solution, put it in, dry it out. And the idea was that if the bug got on there out of sputum, droplets, coughing, sneezing, talking with an infected person when they're shedding virus, that it would kill the virus. And actually, without checking my facts, Zuzana went ahead and built a mask with this in mind. And in fact, if you look into the live stream chat, I've actually put in there an article, and it's about this chap. I think he might have been. He was working, I think, in the US, but I think he's a Chinese name. But he actually found that with table salt, and this is where I'm going to ask each person to translate. If you use standard table salt, so this is kind of like your kind of rock salt, and this is your jedla sul. This is the salt, typical table salt, sodium chloride, NaCl, as we have on the front of the mask here. If you take that and impregnate a mask, what this researcher found, or these researchers found, and again, the article you can look at, it's from businessinsider.com, they found that it destroyed viruses. And the mechanism it does it, if you can imagine, you've got this fabric and it's impregnated with the sodium chloride solution, it dries out, and then basically you have crystalline salt all over it. Now, the water droplet bearing the virus particles comes on, it's being drawn in by your in-breath, and it gets deposited on here. And the water then absorbs some of the salt within it. And so you get a mixture of salty water and the virus particles. And what they found is that 5 minutes later, the water is evaporating off. And what happens is that the salt recrystallizes and it smashes up the virus. And in fact, for 3 different flu viruses, they found that it broke the virus up. So the hunch that I had has actually already been proved in 2017. And this Business Insider article, I think it's on even February the 8th, or it's very recent. They're saying that it may be very effective for the coronavirus as well. Now, if you are in a location where you are not able to make your own, to get masks for you or your family, or for care workers that might be treating you or so on, you can stitch something up and use this approach. But I just want to ask each person to talk in Czech, Chinese, and French, just the basics of how the technology works.
Ok. French first, donc en français. Alors, ce qui se passe, en fait, c'est que le masque vous protège et protège les autres, mais c'est juste une approche passive. Pour rendre l'approche un peu plus active, ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est immerger le masque dans de l'eau salée, donc de l'eau très très salée, et puis laisser sécher le masque. Donc, qu'est-ce qui va se passer? C'est qu'avec le masque salé, quand la gouttelette va arriver sur votre masque, donc gouttelette, soit quand vous parlez, soit que vous recevez de l'extérieur, le sel va aller fondre tout simplement dans la gouttelette. 5 minutes plus tard, l'eau va s'évaporer et le sel va recristalliser. Et la recristallisation, ça va simplement tuer le virus. Donc, il y a un article qui prouve ça, et donc ça pourrait marcher pour le coronavirus.
And I'm gonna explain this in Chinese. 我现在用中文解释刚刚罗伯特讲的这些东西。那基本上就是因为有很多地方你都没有办法取得口罩，那他们在推崇说你可以其实自己手做一些口罩，然后用一个更有效的方式，就是你把它浸在盐水里面，等它干了之后，你把它戴上去。会发生的情况就是当别人在跟你讲话，近距离讲话的时候，会有飞沫喷到你的口罩上面。那这些盐巴它会去跟你飞沫里面的水分做结合，做完结合之后，它会蒸发掉，水分会蒸发掉。那它的病毒会同时就是从飞沫里面喷出来的病毒会跟你的盐巴一样做结合。当这个盐巴干掉的时候会结晶化，结晶化的同时会把那个病毒给瓦解掉。那这件事情已经有证实在证实在一些论文里面有报道过，然后好像是就他说是在2007年的时候就已经有发表，然后已经有3个病毒是可以证实说可以被这样子瓦解掉，然后这个文章最近有被拿出来讲在 Business Insider 里面，然后这就是刚刚罗伯特讲的内容。Okay.
Takže stretli sme sa tu na to, aby sme si vysvetlili, ako si túto domácky vyrobenú masku môžete urobiť viac efektívnu. Je to urobené iba z látky, ale keby sme ju ponorili do slaného roztoku a nechali ju vysušiť, vznikne vlastne na nej takový slaný filter a tá technológia by mala fungovať tak, že vlastne kvapôčka kašľa letí, zachytí sa na tej maske, tá kvapalina vlastne rozpustí tú sol, dostane sa tam ten vírus a keď sa voda vyparí, sol znova kryštalizuje a ten vírus rozbije. Toto by malo byť dokázané a zároveň sa vyvíjajú masky založené alebo teda obsahujúce ten slaný filter a k tomu prikladáme vlastne ako evidenciu link, ktorý bude dostupný.
So what they found is that the virus becomes inactivated in about 5 minutes, and the virus is basically destroyed within 30 minutes. And this is very, very important because whilst I'm not suggesting that you reuse these type of masks, if potentially, and if this was tested properly, these could be soaked. There is a potential once they're dry that if they become the virus particles are non-viable, there is a potential in extreme situations for masks to be reused. I mean, my original thought for having these is I had 10 of these and I was going to use them in a cycle because the virus can't live, more than a couple of days at maximum on any part of this. Maybe let's say no more than 9 days, and I've got 10 of them. I can use one mask per day. But if you have if the impregnation technique works as it would suggest in this Business Insider article, then the potential for using masks far more times than once would really present an opportunity for lowering infection rates. Now, why is it important to wear a mask? And this is something I'm also going to ask my colleagues here my friends and colleagues here to translate. And it's very simple. There's a suggestion that if you get a very, very small inoculation, i.e. a very small amount of virus particles like through your mask or through whatever, that is not like going to make you ill immediately, but it's kind of like queuing your body up to start producing antibodies to that. And as the virus exponentially divides, your body is already getting into gear. If you don't have a mask on and someone coughs in your face, you get a massive amount of virus particles all in one go, which means your body hasn't got time to get up to speed with dealing with the virus. So does everyone understand it? Who thinks they understand that the best? So it's basically about reducing your initial inoculation so that the severity of the disease is lessened because your body is better prepared. So Lilian.
So in French, en français, c'est important de porter le masque, même si ça ne va pas vous protéger forcément à 100%. Simplement, ça va être comme un filtre. Si quelqu'un vous tousse dessus sans masque, vous allez recevoir une dose massive de virus. Et du coup, votre corps, il va pas être prêt, il va prendre un gros coup d'un coup. Tandis que si vous avez un masque, vous pouvez recevoir une dose moindre. Et donc, le virus va mettre du temps à se multiplier dans votre corps. Et pendant ce moment-là, le corps peut préparer ses défenses, tout simplement. Donc, vous gagnez du temps.
So to be honest, I think all the Chinese and Taiwanese know about this.
Yes,
we
yes,
are
yes.
really wearing masks a lot.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I'm gonna explain this a little bit just in Chinese. 基本上戴口罩的好处大家应该都知道，然后政府也都有防疫有宣导过，从小到大。那基本上就是减少飞沫的接触。如果你没有戴口罩的话，那个飞沫到你脸上，那个接触的时间很快，然后马上就已经入侵到你身体了。可是如果你有那层口罩做隔绝的话，侵入到你身体的病毒量没有这么多，那你身体可能会有一点点的时间去反应，就是会产生一些抗体跟一些反应。那比起就是你没有戴口罩的时候，那个飞沫到你脸上的那个速度，就是你有多一点时间可以做准备。那当然说还是会有一些疑虑说，那个病毒会不会潜入到口罩底下啊之类的。等一下罗伯特应该会讲更多这样的内容。
Takže ďalší princíp, ktorý si môžeme vysvetliť, je, že keď niekto na vás zakašle, vlastne sa na tej maske alebo na vašom tele zachytí strašne veľa kvapôčok alebo veľa vírusov a len tým, že sa nám podarí vlastne možno, že vďaka tomu slanému filtru zabiť väčšinu z nich alebo niekoľko z nich, bude ich menej, ktoré sa dostanú do vášho tela. A keď sa ich dostane menej, tá choroba sa akoby rozbehne pomalšie a telo má viac času na to naštartovať svoju imunitu a bojovať s tým vírusom. Lebo keby sa nám do toho tela naraz dostalo veľa vírusov, tak tá reakcia je tak masívna, že trebárs telo má väčší problém zvládnuť.
Okay, so just to close out, I think there's one thing that when you're making a mask, people might not be aware of. But if you look at all of the commercially produced masks, so whatever it is, if it's one of these, if it's one of these, or it's one of, if you show me this mask here, you'll see they all have a wire on the bridge. And this is so that you can effectively seal across the bridge. Because if you imagine you're breathing in and you have a gap around here, you'll effectively be sucking the virus particles past your moist cornea, in which it can potentially infect. And so there are a couple of, essentially what Zuzanna has done here is she's got an area at the top here of the mask, and then she's taken some wire here. This is garden twine, but it's actually got wire inside.
It can be any wire.
Yeah.
It just you make a little corridor up in the nose part, and you make a little hole. Then you can insert any piece of wire inside. Here it is finished, and here as well by sewing, so it won't move. And now you can
bend it over the bridge of your nose.
Over the bridge of your nose.
And if you don't have that, you might have some older, like this is wire that's used for domestic electric wiring, and you can strip out the copper single core from that, and it's very good. It's very easy to flex and hold its position. So if there can be said in Czech and then Chinese and then French, and I think that's most of what I'll do a summary at the end. But if you can.
Takže ďalší spôsob, ako môžete svoju masku urobiť efektívnejšiu alebo viac vás bude chrániť, je, že vlastne do toho lemu, ktorý je na vrchu únosu, si urobíte vlastne akoby lem dutý, ktorý ukončíte, zašijete na 2 miestach, potom tam urobíte dierku a vložíte tam drôt. Pretože ako môžete vidieť, väčšina komerčne predávaných másk má drôtik okolo nosa, ktorý pomôže, aby maska lepšie doliehala a tým pádom zamedzí tomu, aby sa vírus alebo čokoľvek dostalo vlastne cez tie špáry, ktorým nemôžete inak zamedziť.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain this in Chinese. 我现在用中文讲。刚刚罗伯特讲到说戴口罩的最重要的东西，其实还有另外一点，就是我刚刚提醒到的说它有没有可能会入侵到底下。那像现在这种手工做的面口罩，它其实是没有这个钢丝在这里的。如果你戴上去的话，那个空气是从上面这样流进去，你做呼吸，然后你眼睛周围的这些组织很有可能就是病毒就这样跟着入侵了。所以说有这一层钢丝在这里面，这个钢丝在里面，然后在你脸上这样压，把你的跟其他外界接触的地方都减少之后，才不会有说有病毒还可以入侵，然后有可能甚至从你的眼睛这样子入侵进去你身体的状况。所以这一层是很重要。那这个东西呢，如果说你在家，你就可以找刚刚罗伯特有讲的，像这种你不要用的电器电线里面把那个铜拉出来，就可以拿出来用。或者是说你做礼物，然后绑手工的东西就会用到这种小钢丝的，你都可以拿起来用，然后就在这里穿个孔，然后把它放进去之后，再把两边给缝起来就可以了。这样子就可以做到全面的防护，而且这样子才会是有效的面罩口罩。如果说没有的话，我建议一定要去装上一个。OK?
And in French? En français. Donc, quand vous portez un masque, c'est important d'avoir cette partie au-dessus du nez complètement scellée, parce que sinon vous allez respirer l'air de l'extérieur tout simplement et ça va être inefficace, ça ne va pas passer par le filtre. Donc, si vous en faites un à la maison, c'est important ici de placer quelque chose d'un peu plus solide, comme il y a dans tous les masques commerciaux. Donc, que ce soit un fil de cuivre, un fil de jardin, peu importe ce que c'est, à partir du moment où quand vous ajustez votre masque ici, vous pouvez refermer sur votre nez et bien isolé.
Bon. GG. Okay, so essentially, this is, if you can't get yourself a mask, and even if you can, there's 2 points here. One, you can fashion yourself a mask out of fabric, and it's relatively easy to do. There are quite a few tutorials on there. If you know someone, like a loved one, an elderly person that can't do this, they don't have the dexterity with the hands, then maybe look, if you're stuck at home and you're not able to run your restaurant or whatever, get your needle out and make a few masks for people that you know and love and you don't want to get this disease. Or as we discussed, you want them to have it with less intensity, so that if they do get inoculated, then they will have the condition with less intensity. And then a couple of things to bear in mind: it must have the wire there, and then it's this whole notion of impregnating it with standard table salt that you will have in your home, and you make a supersaturated solution. And you have a little container, which we've got somewhere around, and you immerse it in that container, let it soak, let it dry off. And then when you wear the mask, the outside has crystallized sodium chloride on it. The virus liquid particles come in there, they get stuck. The saline, it becomes very saline, the water that is containing the virus molecules. Then the water evaporates, the crystals of sodium chloride form, and they smash up the virus. And according to the study that we will include in the description of this video, and has been placed there, this is supposedly a way that has been shown to kill viruses. So thank you very much for your assistance with getting this across in multiple languages. And I hope all of you out there, I wish you luck, and all the time there isn't a cure available, which could be anything from a few weeks if there's some magic thing that comes up, to possibly 18 months. Without the herd immunity, this is going to be something we're all having to deal with. If you can improve on this, go ahead, share it. If you want to copy this video and put it on your own channel, I don't care. I don't think anyone cares. We're all in this together. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.
Done?
Yeah.